I know the answer to this one, but you explain it better than I do.
Well, when it comes to, say, art and that kind of thing, when we say that something can be objectively beautiful, what we generally tend to mean is something like there's standards of judgment that are outside of the personal opinion. So you can judge. Can you judge a painting wrong? Can you judge a piece of art wrong? Standard, something like that.
So what he means there is within art, there are different standards. So consider abstract art and still life. There is a standard for what abstract art is. You might not like it, but you could objectively say, yes, this ticks all the boxes of what is considered a good piece of abstract art. Same with still life. You obviously know what that means. Now, if you submit a piece of still life art as an abstract piece, doesn't matter how good it is not good as an abstract piece of art. So you would say that is not a beautiful piece of abstract art, even though it is actually a beautiful painting or picture or whatever. So that's where we have an objective standard of art. There are standards that are there that we can basically tick box. The same can be said for genres of music as well, can't it, Dave?
Yeah, pretty much. That it's basically Kendall Walton's argument. I can't remember the year now. Hang on, I'll just have a look.
That's all right. So I'll just fill in the music bit while he's having a quick look. So when we're talking about music, you have various genres. So you consider something like metal, which is generally really heavy on the guitars and distortion and all that sort of thing. Some person might think it's absolute noise, but they should be able to still judge it as a good piece of metal. Now, there could be some amazing guitar player doing really accurate strumming and things like that, and finger picking and all that. And you could think, wow, he's got amazing skill. But you could still go, but the end product's a bit shit. Your preference there is coming in. It might tick the boxes of, yep, that's definitely a piece of metal that's done all that, but I just don't really like that particular piece. You might like other bits of metal. You might like something where actually it's played awfully, but the vibe you get from it is, oh yeah, that's what I'm connected to here. Again, you could get different genres of music. If you were to submit a drum and bass track or a piece of trance as metal, that's shit metal. It could be an amazing bit of drum and bass or trance, but for metal, no. Unless, of course, it's a fusion track, but that's overcomplicating the matter.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had a feeling it was 1970, but you know me, Mr. Self-Doubt all the time. So I double-checked, and yeah, Kendall Walton's argument is 1970. It's from 1970, and it's the categories of art is the paper. And what he basically argues is that like you were just explaining, we can have various categories of art and music and that kind of thing. And we can judge them based on those categories. So if I was to present you a piece of abstract art and you were to say, well, that's awful, it looks nothing like a real tree, you have judged that work incorrectly.
Mm.
You might not find it beautiful, but that's because you're judging it in the wrong way. So what Walton argues is that in order to truly appreciate the beauty of some piece of art, like music or film, you have to have at least some kind of training and some kind of eye to be able to distinguish the kinds of things that make it beautiful. So there could be subjective beauty. So, I mean, we should probably define what we mean by beauty, but there could be subjective beauty in that the individual finds the painting beautiful or finds it awful. But due to these categories of art, you could argue that he actually doesn't know what he's talking about when he's judging that piece because he isn't invested enough or educated enough to appreciate the beauty of some piece of art.